And I am so excited tonight because my mentor and my coach and my friend is on tonight. Brent Palmer, you all know him. We know Coach Palmer, master trainer. Coach is on every Sunday night. He's on every Wednesday night. We see him all the time. But tonight, we want to know a little bit more about Coach. And one of the things we want to talk about is, I don't know if you all know this, but you know he was a principal. You know he was a coach. Did you know that he was a business teacher? How many knew he taught business? How many knew he was an IT professional? We all know that he knows what he's doing, but Coach, according to Forbes magazine, one of the main reasons they recommended getting into a network marketing business was because of the level of training. The article quoted that you can get an Ivy League education and get paid to do that. Would you agree with that?
Without a doubt. Absolutely, without a doubt. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir, we can.
Yeah, it was kind of, Eava, you know, you said it. I was in IT. I was actually, one of my degrees was computer programming, and but I didn't have a passion for it. You know, I didn't have a passion for it, and coaching was what I felt like was my passion. And so it's kind of funny. I had the income of what a programmer was at that time, but no passion. And then I got into coaching and teaching, and I had the passion for that, and I had no income. And so when I found this thing called network marketing, I had no clue. I had never done the industry before, but I really found a home of I could have a passion for coaching and teaching, but and also have this untapped income potential. So I had both. I mean, it married both of what we wanted, you know, and so I realized that, and you just hit the nail on the head, that if I chose to, just like you would in coaching, or just like you would in the IT world or programming world, if you chose to really treat it like a profession and go pro, right, that you could get this huge education on the job experience, make money while you learn, and it could pay you for the rest of your life. I believe that when you learn our industry, that you will never, if you're willing to hustle, you will never go hungry, because you're equipped with all the tools needed. You could drop me in Siberia right now, and I don't know anyone in Siberia. Give me a company and give me a good product, and it'll lead me to income. Every place, all around the world, because of the skills that we've equipped here. But I had to make that decision to go pro. I had to make that decision to learn. And that was so big. And it's so hard to do, Eava, because I was good at coaching football. I had accolades. I'd won I'd won a lot. And so I was at the top of my game there. I knew how to be a principal and an athletic director. I was at the top of my game there. I knew how to be a computer programmer. But when I came to network marketing, I had to drop my ego at the door, because no one cares what I knew in the previous. I had to now join this arena and learn all over again. So
what do you say to the professional who's sitting out there on the Zoom tonight and says,
you really
I built this huge empire, and now I'm going on my second one, and I know what I'm doing.
You really got to learn. you really got to do it, you know? Because I get it all the time. And this is just kind of, if you're going to interview me, I'm just going to talk just straight as I can be. But I get,
Oh, please.
you know, I go to events and I get, hey, I'm going to do it, Brent. Man, I'm on fire. And then next week, I'm like, where'd they go? Their smoke like got put out real quick. Or I'm going to blow this up. Or I've got all the influence in the world. I'm going to do this big. And it's kind of like Art Williams said, you're like, just do it. Just do it. And then for the person that goes, man, I've done it in my previous career. I built a Fortune 500 business, and you're like, oh, your ego, you've really got to do it. Like you're going to have to work hard to relearn and re-trigger everything because of your ego. This industry, if you're willing to check your ego at the door and come in from a humble place and realize that if you can grab ideas from other people, man, it's so powerful. And one of my
people you grabbed your ideas from. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. That was a terrible thing to do.
I was just going to say that one of the things I learned from my mentor years ago was when I taught, Myra Miles said it this morning on the Coach's Corner, when Brent Palmer talks, I already know what I know. So if I spend every day, all day trying to tell the world what I know, do I really ever learn anything new? But if I'll listen more than I taught, I can get that Ivy League education in network marketing. But what I found is so many people come into this industry and they want to tell everybody what they know. And what's so unfortunate about that is they already know what they know. If they would just listen to others, they're going to gain bits and pieces, put it into their portfolio, and they could grow a masterful business in this industry, global business, when you're positioned with the right company. And so, you know, I think you had a question for me.
The question being is, who are the people that you, when you came in, okay, you taught business, and all of a sudden you're coming in and you're saying, I had to start over. Kind of like in football, if I go from, you know, the Broncos to Dallas, there's a whole new system. There's a whole new playbook.
So
is that the same here?
Well, it is. And here's the thing. When I came to this industry, I just had to find the person that was building it, right? Some people talk about it. Some people got lucky. They kind of got the network marketers kind of lottery ticket. You know, hey, great for them. Doesn't happen much. You stand a better chance of falling out of your chair tonight and dying, but it happens some. Congratulations to those people. But when I came to this industry, I'm like, who is building the biggest business? I'm going to get in their hip pocket. Now, here's the difference. I didn't have the ability to call them. They didn't have time for me, right? I had not done anything. So why did I expect for them to give me all their time? I have people all the time that are like, I want to blow the business up and I want you to answer every phone call I give you. And it's like, well, there's not enough hours in the day. So here's what I had to do. I was on every Zoom that person was on. He was building the biggest business in town, in our company. And he was doing it. And so I learned from him. I was on every, not Zoom then, it was every phone call. I listened to the way he talked. I listened to the way he spoke. I listened to the way he treated people. I listened to how he interviewed people. I did all that and never actually talked to him on the phone because I knew he didn't have time for me. He was building this huge business. But then as I started building a business and making income, I never missed an event. I never missed an opportunity to get in front of him and just listen. I never talked. I just listened. And one day he exchanged his phone number with me. A little bit of more time passed. I just listened. I already knew what I knew. Anytime I got around him, I wanted to steal every word that he said. Most people are not willing to do that. And so the more I stole, the more I listened, the more he liked me. Does that make sense? And so before I knew it, I was on his prospect calls, helping him with them. And I ended up becoming like riding now side by side in his car going, how did I get here? It was just because I put one foot in front of the next, and I never demanded his time. I just was willing to take whatever I could get. Does that make sense, Eva? I'm trying to give clues because people will get fired up on a Zoom, Eva, and then they immediately want to call the speaker that's on the Zoom and demand time and wonder why they're not getting it. So don't demand, like plug in and be relevant and make yourself more relevant. The time you can gain so much from just plugging in. And then as you become more relevant, the world around you is going to notice.
So basically you studied the trainer. You studied your mentor.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just going in and seeing, like I plug in and it's like, okay, what slide is he going to use next? What is he doing? Did he change it up? Did he not change it up? So you're saying study the person as well as the products.
So I'm going to say something, and I hate to say this because I hope you don't mind. But when we merged companies with RX, now New Age for RX, Anthony Moreland made himself more relevant. He just made it. I didn't say he wasn't having success before, but he came into this company and made himself more relevant. I take very few calls from Anthony Moreland. But here's the thing. I see him so much because he's created, like he's figured out a way in the world to be helpful. Does everybody agree with that? Like, would you say 100%. A year ago you didn't know Anthony Moreland and today you know him? Well, is that because he's like calls all of you? No, it's because he's become relevant in the world we're in. And that's what people that want to grow this business has to do. They've got to become more relevant, which is a service-based project that usually doesn't yield money up front, but pays you 10x money on the back end.
Well, I look at Anthony's team, and since he came here, Ant, you have exploded. Your team is just growing by leaps and bounds. It's amazing. So, Coach, who do you consider, because personally, I consider you to be a master trainer. I remember you told me once, Eva, it's like a football player, a quarterback, if his feet aren't right, he's not going to throw the ball right. So if you're not, it's the little things that make the difference. And to this day, I keep that with me. It's the little things that make the difference. Who are your mentors? Who do you look to being a master trainer? Who do you look to go to that next level? Or are you already at the top?
Oh, no, I'm not at the top. So I'll tell you, first of all, Gary Racer, many of you heard me say it. You know, I love executives, okay? And I see people that put executives, this is no knock on our executives or our owners or Fred Cooper or Mark Wilson or anyone. But there's a place for them in sharing with the field, but they're not the field. You understand that? There's a separation. Like we're out building it, we're out sharing, we're out doing it. And then there's the people that have to run the company and make sure the ops are right and the marketing's right and all that. And at times we can bring them on to share a sneak preview of the future or paint a vision. Mark Wilson does an amazing job. But then there's the field. There's the people that are doing it. So I had to find a mentor that had been there, done it, and built it. That was Gary Racer for me. He just happened to be the owner of our company. But if you look up the history of Gary, he had built one of the most successful downlines in a company called NSA Water, which is now Juice Plus, with Jeffrey Birdie, sideline to Jeffrey Birdie, and they built one of the largest distribution channels there was at that time in the industry out of Memphis, Tennessee. So who better to learn from, right? He just happened to be the owner of the company. So my mentor is going to be someone that has been there and done it. Now, I couldn't demand his time. So what did I have to do? I went and looked him up. I watched videos. I watched anything I could get. So in today's world, it'd be like YouTube. Most successful trainers that have been there and done it, they've got YouTube channels. So you can go learn, you can go take notes, you can go grow. Now, crossover. Now today, I want to give you a little bit of, and I don't want to take up much time because I could talk for like 2 hours, but here's the thing.
We want all the time you'll give us.
We're in an ever-changing world. If you're thinking old MLM, you're thinking if you're thinking going over to your cousin's house and talking to your cousin, you're thinking way too small. You've got a 10x right now, the moment we're living in. We're living in a moment, I'm not trying to be doom and gloom. We're living in a moment in time that our industry of network marketing has never seen, has never witnessed. But let me tell you what our network marketing industry has never done. Do you realize our industry, our profession, like we are the ones that actually brought social media to the dance. We're the ones that started bringing direct to the consumer to the dance. Think about Amway, right? Years ago, like we brought that whole deal to the dance. But you know where our industry has dropped the ball? Our industry's dropped the ball because we've lost touch with monetizing all this virtual thing that's going on all around the world. Zooms and FaceTimes and Instagram and Twitter and everybody's says, well, I got to be good to do that. Well, that's right. You got to advance your game. Well, I can't do it if I'm older. Couldn't be more further from the truth. You got to make a decision to say we're in an industry where health and wellness has never been higher around the world. We're in an industry where direct to the consumer has never been higher around the world. We're in an industry where people want to make money from home and they want to monetize their social influence. Do you realize that our social influence is our contact list? It's our contact. Right. I can talk to Ronnie Blake, I can talk to Ronnie about his contact list. Hey, Ronnie, go make 100. Or I can talk to him about his Facebook followers. That's his contacts. And his engagement is his contacts. So here's the thing. Going back to mentor. Brett Palmer's got to up his game. Do you realize that in 2013, I didn't have a Facebook. I didn't have nothing socially. I built a business to probably $30,000 a month in revenue, 25 to 30. And I did not have access to any social media. I'm not bragging. It's just the way it happened. Built it all in living rooms, color of their carpet. Eava, I can tell you, everybody in my business, I could tell you their volume. I could tell you their kids. I could tell you their dogs. I could tell you everything about them. Eva, I have stayed in your house, in your basement. I know Keith. He knows me. The whole deal.
You even know where his Blue Frog stash is.
Absolutely. I've driven in Anthony's car. He's picked me up from the hotel. I know what the color of his car looks like. So bottom line is, that's network marketing 101, right? But we're in this new era that's so beautiful that we can build in all of the countries. So we've got to go pro there too. So why am I going to Eric Worre's home this weekend? Why did I choose to do that? Well, first of all, he wants to elevate our profession. But he also has decided to elevate the social realm, virtual. And so if you want to learn a skill, if you want to learn something you don't know, you just got to find someone that's doing it. There's no one else out there doing it like he's doing it. Now, I'm not saying he's building in the field, but I'm saying I'm just going to say it, if I will shut up and listen and take notes and be a student, I'm going to learn. I sit on a 2.5 hour call yesterday with some top leaders around the world in our industry from all different companies. And I learned in 2 hours what most people wouldn't learn in 2 years in our industry. It's powerful when you find powerful mentors. Now, I couldn't 2 years ago call up Eric Worre. I didn't have his cell phone number. Today, I do, but you got to become more relevant. Does that make sense, Eva?
That makes perfect sense. Okay, 2 questions. Number 1, what do you think is the difference that made you relevant today? And number 2, I guess one's a comment. The thing that I found interesting when you had Eric Worre on and you let us be a part of that, was the fact that your mentor, Gary Racer, in the beginning was his mentor.
That's right. It's a small world. It's a small industry when it comes to leadership.
And that's who he looks up to.
Absolutely, because Gary built it. He's not one that says he built it. He built it. So, and he did not get the lottery ticket. So, and Eric Worre knows that. So there is a mutual respect there. But Eric's done something, and a lot of people would say, Brent, why are you doing this, man? You're merging with other companies. They could raid your downline. And it's like, if we've got the prettiest girl at the dance, or I don't know if you like that analogy, some of you won't, but bottom line is, if you've got the beautiful thing, if you've got and I believe that New Age for RX is the most prolific thing in our industry right now. And I believe if we know we got that, I'm not worried about you've got to be. If somebody come to me today and said, I'm joining another company, I would say, wow, okay, I wish you luck, but we really need to talk, because this company is like going to the top. So if you really believe that, then I just want to elevate my profession. And so there's no one doing it bigger than Eric Worre in our profession. No one. Can't find him.
So I don't know if most people understand what you have done for us, because this virtual private room, it is not an RX private room. It is not a New Age private room. This is Brent Palmer opening up your checkbook to invest not only in your downline, but you've opened it up across corporate. Who does that and why?
Well, I'll tell you this. When you've got a company going to where ours is, if you're thinking, if whatever we're thinking too small. And so I immediately, when I got the opportunity, I'll tell you why this happened. Mark Wilson called me and he said, and he pitched me this idea with Eric Ward. And I said, Mark, I'm on board. I don't know everything. I don't know how everything is, but I know this. I'm on board and I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I don't know what the staircase looks like all the way to the top, but I'm going to do it. So I did open my checkbook up and I did purchase the room. And but we're doing way more than that, okay? And then the first step is making a decision. You know, most people will kind of go out and they'll put the link out there and Arlene, hey, I hope you go register. I hope you see value. And that's actually called announcing. That's not called promoting. Here's what we're getting ready to go do. We're getting ready to do a room on Facebook that will be a private room exclusively invited by the people that enroll in this event. We're about to do something inside of that room where we're going to mastermind. Everything I learned from Eric Worre, I'm going to teach to this room. And you don't just get in this room. This is not a room for as Eric says, like tourists that want to just use the products and have fun. And we love those people, by the way. This is a room that says, I want to freaking crush 2021. Like I want to go to the top of this company with this company. It's ripe for the taking. This is a room that says everything that he's getting, I want to be in the room that he's teaching that room on a weekly basis. So this is going to be a room that's like, it's not offered up to anybody else. Like you're either in or you're not. You know what I mean? And you know what? I'm okay with that because that's the way our world, that's the way our world was founded. You know, it wasn't, I'm going back to coaching now. It wasn't everybody gets a trophy. Bull crap. That's not the way life is. Everybody don't get a trophy. We got to make a decision to make a change to be relevant in a world that we're living in so that our stature grows and so that we take a bigger active role. That's what this group's going to be about. We're going to 10X this room. Ev, I talked to you today about if you told me, hey, I got 10 people that's going to join for this Eric Worre event, you're thinking too small. Matter of fact,
yes,
we should build it so big that you have to branch out and you have your own room.
Yes.
Because here's what's going to happen from this event. We're going to put a lot of work in leading up to December the 11th, 12th, and 13th in this private Facebook group, promoting. I'm going to show the art of promoting, not announcing. I'm going to show the art of making a decision, writing down your goals, accountability to each other. I'm going to show the art of me branching out with you and your team and promoting, right? I'm going to show the art of all that in this group. And what you're going to gain from it is, yeah, it costs you $297 to be a part of this virtual event, but you're also going to get over $1,000 of 7 different courses, I believe, that Eric Worre is going to give you. Now, that expires October the 30th. But here's the thing. Those courses are going to be laid out to you. I've been a part of those courses. I know the impact they're going to make. But you talk about that Harvard education. You've got a chance. Everybody's got a chance right now between now and January. I said this on a call the other day. We've got a chance in 90 days, October, November, December, to set your 2021 up. And here's the thing, you know, you've got people. Now, you might have a team of one person. Okay, great. Let's go. You might have a team of 50. You might have a team of 100. Here's the thing. You got to make the decision now, first of all, for yourself, that, hey, I'm investing in the explosion of 2021. I got on a Zoom yesterday with Eric Worre and leaders from around the country. And here's what I told myself. And I was able to speak up on the Zoom. And when I got off that Zoom, I thought, you know what? I was able to get on that Zoom and be the one person that said the name New Age for RX. I was able to get on that Zoom and say, I represent New Age for RX. And I think about all the network marketing companies in the world and all the leaders that make a lot of money. Where are they at? Where are they at? You got to make a decision to become relevant when you know deep down inside you're at the right place at the right time. And at that point, not only do you change your life, you get to change so many people's around you. And Eava, that's what happened in me. In 2013, I made a decision to go pro and really elevate my game. I walked away from everything. I was told I was crazy. I was told that this industry will die around me, this company will, over time. Attrition will get me, and I'll have to go back. But here's the thing. That could have been the case if I didn't continue elevating my game. It does not discriminate on age. That's an excuse. It does not discriminate. I was on a Zoom yesterday with top leaders that was 70 years old, 75 to be exact. It does not discriminate against age. But there was also a 19-year-old on the Zoom. So anybody that says age, it's just an excuse. It's a built-up excuse in our head. All excuses are equal. Here's the bottom line. This event, where our industry is with where our company is going, I believe you could not you could not give yourself a better present for Christmas than to get on this with us. But get on it now. Be a part of our private group that we're going to be a part of exclusively. Learn with us in that group. Do the rollouts with us in that group as we approach December the 11th, 12th, and 13th. And bring your people on board. That means you got to get on the phone and call your people. That means you got to do a Zoom with your people. And guess who will help you with that? I will. I will set up individual Zooms with your team, and I will say exactly what we're saying right now. But I want it to be with people that want to elevate their game, that want to be relevant. And we'll go do it together. And if you can't tell, I'm intense. Like, I love coaching people that are in the group that wants to be coached. We've got a recruiting mastery course coming up that will be centered around recruiting in our industry. And I'll pour everything I got into that. But the only way you can get in is to accept it. And that way I know I've got a group that I can go straight talk with. And I don't care whose team you're on. If you're on my team, if you're on somebody else, I don't care, because I want to see people win. I believe when you help enough people get to where God takes care of the rest.
So you are giving of yourself, not only for GoPro, but you are actually, we are getting one, folks, do you get this? We are getting one-on-one mentorship and training. It is not just an event. And by the way, fortunes are built at events, but we are getting one-on-one personal mentorship with Coach Brent, who, I love it. Gary says, you've never met a leader like Brent Palmer. And I totally 100% believe it.
And Eava, let me say this, please. Here's the thing. Here's what I can promise you. I will, this group that's on here tonight, if this does not happen to you, I'll 296, I'll refund it. If you go through this and you get your team on there, okay, and you go, Brent, why would we want to give money to something else when it's not in New Age RX? You're thinking too small. Like you're thinking way too small. Here's the thing. Think about this. You don't make money anywhere else but this event. It's your only means of making money. And every person on your team that shows up to this event, you're going to make money. And most people go, well, that's not the case. I promise you this. For every person on your team, you get to this event, tell me in the next 60 days what happens to your business. If it does not happen, I will give you your money back. Okay?
That is.
I've been to this. I know what happens. So what happens if we're going, well, we got a room for 300 people. What if we do 10 rooms with 300 people? We got 400,000 people in our company. Are you kidding me? Should we do a room with 300 people? No. We got to have people that go, holy crap, I've got 10 that I'm thinking of right now that needs to be there. You're thinking too small. Think 20, think 40. Unless me and you get them on a Zoom and start working. Let me help you promote this event. And I promise what will happen between now and then, yes, we're going to still write business. We're going to still enroll. We're going to still put customers and reps in the business because that's what we do. That's this. But by working towards this event, all that energy, all that emotion, all that excitement, and all that knowledge you're going to gain and your team's going to gain, watch what happens over the next 60 days after that event. In a time where most people take off because of the holidays. It's November. It's November. Nobody does anything. Thanksgiving. It's December. It's Christmas. Watch what happens to you during this time.
You know, when my business first exploded, it was Thanksgiving, the day before Thanksgiving, that I got the phone call telling me that I had a car, I had a house payment, and it was all the day before Thanksgiving. By the time January came around, my business had tripled. And it wasn't $1 million, but it will be this year.
Can I give you an action plan?
Yes, sir. I've already have 4 pages. Go ahead.
Well, I know we're about out of time. You gave me 30 minutes and now so.
We don't care. We've got you. We're not going, you take the time you need. Does everybody agree? If you don't, we're going to anyway.
If you partner with me on this, I promise you this, over the next 90 days, we're not going to sleep. Like what I mean by that is we're strategizing. We're doing groups. We're going to recruit new people to New Age for RX. We're going to recruit new reps, customers, because we're going to teach that. We're going to teach the art of that. But then we're going to pull over into this group, and we're going to show the art of promoting for events. Okay? The art of that. And it's going to go exclusively to the people that said, absolutely, I'll partner with you and go to this event because now I'm a part of that exclusive club. I've made a decision to do something bigger in the next year. So I know I got serious players. And if somebody says I don't have the money to do it, well, here's the thing. Next year is going to be the same way. If you don't change something, like next year is going to be the same way. So if you know what? We find a way when we need something. We find a way to this so we can make a change for 2021. And that's what we're going to do. But what you contain right now, most of you contain, is you have customers. You have reps, okay, in your business currently. I'm going to show you how to leverage that through a simple action to be able to reach out to them and to be able to use some excitement to say, oh my goodness, let me, where we're going. I'll have it for you, okay? So that you can run through the list of customers and reps. And guess what? Then they start responding back to you going, hey, tell me a little more. Then you pick up that phone and you go, oh my goodness, let me tell you what's going on. Let me tell you what you can be a part of. Do you realize that some of your major players are your customers and your reps right now that are just waiting on that phone call? They're not going to call you. They're not going to be on a Zoom tonight, but they're sitting around right now going, my 2020 stinks. But guess what they do have? They have people in their towns, people in their communities, people in their state they know, people in other countries they know. Oh my goodness. Don't think too small on this. So here's the call to action. Go click the link in the chat and register. There's somebody on here tonight that's going, well, I'm holding back. I'm going to see. I don't know. Go do it tonight. I don't get a penny. Matter of fact, I've already spent a lot of money here. But what I want you to do is I want you to partner with us, not only for this. This event is going to set the woods on fire for 60 days after the event. We'll just wait and see. Eava, can you put okay, there it is right there. Take a picture of it with your phone. Go register. Go book. You're going to get the courses. But then I'm setting up right now an exclusive group that by the end, moving into this event, we're going to gain so much knowledge about our industry and what takes place in promoting. You're going to be like, heck, fire. I've got a degree before I even got to this event. I promise you that. Major value will be added. But you got to make the decision. That's the first step. First step is clicking the link, doing it, because that sets the course of action.
All right. You have your marching orders.
And again, Eava, the last thing I want to say, I know I'm jumping over you, but the last thing I want to say is, why, Brent, why right now? There could never be a more special time to elevate your game than right now with where our company is. I was on a call with Fred Cooper, Dr. Fred Cooper, the other day. Me, Todd Rowland, and Fred Cooper was on a call, and he was talking about where we're going and what he's got to deliver and everything. And I'm going, there's never been a more special time to go pro and just like jump all into this thing. Lay the excuses aside. We don't care where you've been in the past, okay? We care about where you're going in the future. Click the link. Get
that's registered. A mic drop. That is the mic drop.
I'm passionate about this, Eava. This is a game changer for people.
I have never seen you so passionate. And I like your mentor says, and I've got my water pistol, and we'll storm the gates of hell if we have to. You lead, you're going. You're going.
The time's now.
The time is now. Lead from the front. So thank you. I know we have gone over, but this was definitely worth it. And
so I see some people, Eava. Let's give some shout outs if we can. I'm looking for the chats. If I can see it right here, I'm on a different device.
I'm gonna pull off the share because I do have you in the chat.
So I've got who's got tickets right now? Let's give some shout outs right now. I see. Put your name in the chats where we got this on recording. Again, this is your decision. I get 0 from this, okay? But here's what I do get. I get the privilege of partnering with you and learning with you and us going just absolutely crushing over the next 90 days. we're going to do this together. I'm locking arms with all of you. But this is kind of that acceptance, like, I'm in, coach. I'm in. Like, I got my uniform. Let's go play. So give me some shout outs, Eva. Who we got?
Okay, we have Margaret Witten. We have Betsy Waters. We have Lorraine McFarland. We have Yvonne. We have people I missed up here. We have Virginia Reebok. We have Tracy Kennedy. We have Kathy Jinks. We have Kathleen Emanuel. We have our Marine. Hello, Mr. McDaniel. We have Mac. We have Enos and Arlen Hutchinson. We have, well, of course, Mr. Richard Hawkins. And we have Marlene and Yvonne and Mo's phone.
All right. Congratulations, everybody. Here's the thing. We're going to do this together. You could not be doing it at a better time with where our company is. And just don't be scared of it. Don't be scared to just turn it loose right now. Okay. And you know, like I said earlier, Eva, this is the time where we're going to get over the next 90 days, over the next leading into January, we're going to get so much from so many great leaders that we just got to sit down and realize we're in the right company at the right time. There's not a prettier thing at the dance. You couple that with what we're getting ready to show you, with what our company's getting ready to roll out. Holy smokes, watch me burn. It's going. Like, this is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I could not be more grateful to be on this journey with y'all. I believe birds of a feather flock together. I believe like-minded people come together. And I know, whether I'm talking to Will Garrison, you know, Arlene, Franklin, Ronnie, Yvonne, like, I look around, Gloria, I go, we're all the same. Like, I can feel at the core, like, we're the same type people. Richard Hawkins, every time I get with him, I'm like, it's just hysterical laughing. Like, I love the connection and the like-mindedness that we've got. And when you got that in a company that's going places, you got an inseparable bond. Now let's go elevate our game with the new that is in our industry. Watch what happens. It's going to be unbelievable. Go click the link and let's get this done.
I got to tell you,
I'll have more information coming with the groups and everything. You'll all be included on it, and you'll see there will be a lot of things that we'll do in that group.
Well, Coach, I have a print screen, everybody that was on here. And I got to tell you this, folks, I have Coach's cell number. I can call him anytime I want to. I don't, because I know he's busy. But what you're getting is one-on-one, not only time with him, but time with the leaders in the industry. And that is invaluable.
Thank you so much, Eva. And attend Sunday night. Have your team attend Sunday night, my normal Sunday night coaches call. So just make sure, I'll just put it that way. Let's make sure they attend. I'm not going to say anything else. I about let the cat out of the bag. So
okay, we'll be on there Sunday.
All right.
Be
Good
there.
deal.
Don't be square. You're going to miss it.
Wednesday night.
You're going to say what happened.
Tomorrow night, Prospect Zoom, 8 p.m. Central. Listen, couldn't be a better time. Get one person, bring one to the Prospect Zoom. Okay?
All right. And by the way, it's not just U.S. This is global. Whoever you have, any place, anywhere, get them now. Don't miss this opportunity. Coach, thank you so very much. And for those of you who were guests on tonight, please get back with the person who invited you. This is kind of our time on Tuesday nights. We get up close and personal with the top leaders, and you're not going to get any higher in the field on the top than Brent Palmer. So
Thank you for putting this on, Eva. You're an amazing leader. Love you.
Thank you, Brent. Love you, love you, love you. So
have a great night, everybody.
Bye-bye, folks.